Hello everyone and welcome back to Becoming a Polyglot, as today I'm going to share with you the languages that I want to learn for 2021 along with the goals. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the first language on my list has a bit of a priority as well. It is French. France has always had a special place in my heart. My parents took me to France almost every year. I visited Paris multiple times and made lots of friends during those years. And I've promised them, you know, next year when I'm back, I'll be able to speak French. Well, that didn't work out, did it? So I had French for 4 years during my secondary education. However, that's already 4 years ago. So that's quite some time. I've tried learning French on my own by downloading different apps, Duolingo, and tried to speak to my friends in French. However, I didn't just take it seriously enough. I didn't really have a goal that I want to reach. But now I do have a goal, and that is I'm going abroad. I'm really excited, and if everything goes well, that's a little disclaimer, I'll be going to Lille in 2022 for half a year. I'll be going to the University of Lille and I'll be enrolled in classes like literature and history and language learning, and I will also be teaching there at an international school. Because if you haven't seen my previous video, I participate in the English teacher training program here in Holland. So therefore I will be teaching abroad as well. And I'm really excited. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to Paris, but nevertheless, Lille is such an amazing city as well. So I really want to learn more languages whilst being in Lille. They offer 22 different language classes. And I want to enroll myself in French Intermediate. That means that I have about 11 months left to get myself to a beginner B1 level of French in order to partake in this intermediate class in Lille. I think that's doable. I think. I mean, I have to try, and I'm gonna try. Therefore, I started this YouTube channel, of course. I want to reach this goal by listening to a lot of podcasts, perhaps starting Duolingo again or using some other app. I bought some books as well, which I will be showing you in upcoming videos, and hopefully being able to partake in the intermediate classes in January 2022. But like I said, we aren't just learning one language, we are learning 4. So the second language that I would love to learn is Spanish. Before going to university, I studied marketing and communication for 2 years, where I also learned Spanish. It has been already 2 years ago that I haven't learned any Spanish. I mean, I saw La Casa de Papel, but that's about it. I really like that show though, it's really good. But Spanish, when I got introduced to it the first time, it seemed like a really interesting language, and with knowing a bit of French and having English knowledge, I noticed that learning Spanish went rather quickly. I was able to pronounce the words, learn the phrases, and catch up on the grammar really quick. But due to time and a lot of exams, I wasn't able to go past the A2 level of Spanish. So therefore, I want to start learning Spanish again. See what I still know and improve my speaking skills, writing skills, and hopefully have a more advanced conversation with my Spanish friends. So we'll see how that turns out. The third language that I want to learn is Mandarin. I wasn't interested in Mandarin until recently. During lockdown, I saw this documentary on the television about China and its culture, and it was just so fascinating, so different from what we know here in Holland. Different writing style, the Chinese characters, different culture, everything is different. And that just made me curious and wanting to know more and want to learn more. So I started searching on YouTube more about Mandarin and found a TED Talk of a woman who made the Chinesey brand. Perhaps you know that. she was just so interesting to me whilst explaining how the Chinese characters work. Like, for instance, you have the Chinese character for fire and for mountain, and if you put those together, you'll have a volcano. That's just logic. I mean, that's just logic. So I bought the Chinese ebook a couple of weeks ago and found some other books that we still had in the attic. So I really want to dive into the culture and language to learn more about it. What I didn't tell you is that I'm also going to partake in a Mandarin class whilst going abroad to Lille. So I will be going to a beginner class of Mandarin. I do not expect myself to be intermediate at all. So no pressure there, no pressure. What I do know is that Mandarin doesn't have 7 levels, but use HSK. And there you have different levels, of course. And to be able to reach HSK 1 would be a great accomplishment. So by the end of the year, I want to be able to complete an HSK 1 test and know the beginner level of Mandarin. It just sounds great. It just makes me generally happy to know that I'm going to be able to learn this, and I'm going to learn to write on how to write these characters and be able to pronounce them. It's so different from Dutch or English, or I can't really compare it to the things that I do know right now. Really interesting, can't wait. And the last and 4th language that I want to be learning is Czech. Now you're probably wondering, why do you want to learn Czech? I mean, you have some languages that are used all around the world, like English, Mandarin is up and coming, French, Spanish, yeah, but Czech, why? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Last year, before Corona, I was planning to go to Prague. I mean, you don't know me, but once I go somewhere, I look up everything online. Where to go, where are the best restaurants, cafes, where can you shop, where is the market, everything. So I dove deep into the internet and looked up everything to know about Prague and the country in general. So before, I didn't really know anything about Czech or just Prague. I had no idea. But wow, that country looks amazing. I wasn't able to go on holiday due to Corona, but it is on my wish list, and it's probably my #1 place to go to right now. Once the borders are open and we're safe to travel again, then I really want to go to Prague and explore the country. From what I've learned last year, it just seems like such a friendly, nice and welcoming country that I really want to get to know it better. So last year, like I said in my previous video, I thought, yeah, I'm going to learn Czech, and that was the reason why, because I was going to Prague. I know that they speak English over there. I mean, I've heard from people who've actually been to Prague that they speak English actually very well. But still, I wanted to try to have a little conversation in Czech and see whether I could order a drink or just ask someone how their day was or where to go. When I want to visit a place, I really want to immerse myself into the culture and the language of the place that I'm visiting. So therefore, Czech. And since it is high on my wish list of places to go to next, I want to learn Czech. Because I am going. Once the borders are open, I'm going. That's for sure. So I haven't really thought about a specific several level of Czech that I want to learn. Like I said, I just want to be able to ask where to go, order food, or just ask a question. So I think about A2 would be fine for now. Like I said, I have tried to learn Czech for about a couple of weeks. It's a hard language. It's a really hard language. The grammar is difficult, but that doesn't bother me, really. I just didn't had enough time back then to really focus on the language. but I'm going to do that now. So these are the additional 4 languages that I would love to learn. As you may have noticed, I do not want to be fluent in any of these languages. Well, I mean, I would love to, but I'm not going to pressure myself on doing that. I'm still in university. I have a lot of essays that I need to write. If I'm going to pressure myself on becoming fluent in any of these languages, then my head is just gonna explode. And language learning should be fun, not mandatory. So in my next video, I'm going to share with you why I track my language journey and not plan it. So that was it for now. Thank you for joining me. I've made an Instagram as well, so you can follow me there, Becoming a Polyglot. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and then I will see you next time. Bye bye!